Hello crafty friends, I'm Lien from Studio Cato and I'm so glad you're joining me again today for another episode of Casual Friday. This isn't a super clean and simple card, but I think it still qualifies and I wanted to use it to showcase some white on white background techniques. Now first let me start with some rainbow. I am ink blending a rainbow onto a weirdly shaped piece of cardstock. This is Clairefontaine DCP 250 GSM cardstock and I cut it out around the shape of the die so I wouldn't end up ink blending a lot more paper than I would use. I'm using Pinkfresh Studio inks, but I did bring in an orange ink by Reverse Confetti. I will list all the colors I used in the description below. Now I will die cut out of this and the die is quite dainty and sometimes it's just easier to bring color to those die cuts when you ink blend the paper before cutting it. Now I'm assembling a part of my card already. I'm assembling the white on white background because I want to add some black splatter to it. So I adhered the background panel to a piece of cardboard to add dimension to it, and now I'm also adding dimension to my sentiment. This is the really large, really beautiful Hugs die by Crafty Meraki. It's from the Hugs Mini Slimline tag die set, and I also die cut that fourth layer with a mini slimline die that just leaves a whole bunch of texture into the piece. And this is the Parisienne mini slimline die by Crafty Meraki. So giving that stitched detail to the upper layer of the die cut really makes it stand out from the white background, and it just gives a really fun detail to that white on white background. I did add some splatter to it with watered down black acrylic paint, and now I am moving back on to my rainbow focal piece. Again, I am stacking up the die cuts behind that rainbow floral piece. This is just a leaf piece, a leaf die from Action, so I don't know the name of it. I don't even know the brand of this one. So yeah, you can't get it anywhere other than Action, I'm pretty sure anyway, so it's not helpful to know the name of this anyway. I'm using the Barely Art Precision Craft glue to stack all of these dies together. And I will also layer this whole stacked piece on top of a silver glitter die cut from that same die. And I am setting that off a little bit offset to show just a hint of that silver as a shadow layer almost. And that just shows a little bit of sparkle when it's on the card. And once I'm happy with how those die cuts are aligned, I can add some more glue to the back of my background panel, glue that on top of a white top folding white note card, white top folding white, great. And then I can also glue on my rainbow die cut. I'm adding glue to this whole piece, but I'm only adhering it down onto that Hugs die. And then I can also add a bunch of embellishments. I am using some holographic nail art gems. These are really tiny and I'm just splattering them on, really just following the splatter that I made with the black paint, using the tiniest gems. You can barely see them in the video, I think. And I'm adhering them with Nuvo Deluxe adhesive. And once that's done, I can move on to my envelope. And I'm folding a simple white envelope, a white A2 sized envelope with my We Are Memory Keepers 123 punch board, and I'm adhering that together with the Barely Art Precision Craft glue. This is again folded out of that Clairefontaine DCP 250 GSM cardstock, and I also die cut an extra piece of those leaves. And I put some temporary adhesive behind that to use it as a mask. And then I'm just pouncing on my ink cubes to create that same rainbow. This is going to be quite a bit more intense than the rainbow on the card because I'm using the ink cubes directly to paper instead of blending it on, but I really like the effect. And I will save that piece I used for masking for another project. And that's the card and envelope all finished. Really love that fun rainbow on the envelope. And I also really love the white on white background on my card. The reason that this background works is because of all of the dimension. So I stacked 4 layers of cardstock together to create that hugs die cut, and then also the added die cut detail in there from that mini slimline die really made it stand out from the background. I really love how that turned out, and that rainbow piece on top of it as a focal image is just perfect. When I have a really white card, I always like to add a splash of lots of colors in my focal image. So that's why I think it works really well. I hope you like it too, and I hope you liked the video. If you did, make sure to leave a thumbs up on this video and leave your thoughts in the comments below. I would love to read them. You can find a list of all the supplies I used in the description below, and you can also subscribe to my channel if you want to see more of my videos. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.